meeting in the South Plainfield Mayor and Council. This meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Amy, will you call the roll, please?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
Councilman Besh?
Here.
Councilman White?
Here.
Council President Bullock?
Here. Thank you. Can you take us through a review of tonight's agenda, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. This evening there are no matters on for closed session. We have the approval of the January 22nd council minutes. We have a proclamation for National Wear Red Day for Women. We have an ordinance on for a second reading by title. And we have 3 ordinances on for a first reading by title. We have 12 resolutions on this evening. However, I believe Mr. Cullen has an addition.
Yes, I have resolution 2019-79, and that's being required due to, it's being required, I'm sorry, the mayor asked me to question. It's being required due to, we were hoping that that unit would last a couple more weeks, and it, unfortunately, bond council saying they wanted it to be done this way, considering the election died a week ago, when there was 0 degrees out. So, we would need to add 2019-79 to have it.
2019-79.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, may I read that by title?
You may.
The resolution for the record is Resolution 2019-79, which authorizes the Borough of South Plainfield, Indian County, Middlesex, New Jersey, authorizing an emergency temporary appropriation pursuant to NJSA 48:4-20 in the amount of $11,000 to fund the acquisition of a heating, ventilation, and air conditioning unit for the fire department. And then we have 2 matters of correspondence on this evening. Payment of bills totaling $458,542.21. Council reports, and we conclude with public comments. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to add resolution 19-79?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Council President Polak. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
This is good tonight.
I trust you. Amen. Council comments on agenda items?
Nothing from me, Mayor.
No executive session. At this point, we'll open it up for public comments on agenda items only. Ms. Boyle.
Debbie Boyle, Vanfleet. Could somebody explain 19-77 about the permit fees for Joe's Field?
Whatever you want to share.
Yeah, sure. So, in the past, as you know, Ms. Boyle, we had permit fees in 2012, I believe, it was for the new roof, and it was an 80%, a 20% discount. This was a number that was worked between the administrator and the, Glenn Collin and the administrator of the Board of Education to come up with a fair fee to cover the expenses on our end. So the amount is, I believe, it's $5,000.
It's a flat fee of $5,000.
Flat fee of $5,000.
Okay, so that's for the inspections?
Yes.
And when you say the administrator at the Board of Ed, you mean BA?
I'm sorry, Jim D'Amato. I'm sorry.
Oh,
He's not the administrator.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
He's the attorney for the referendum projects?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
So because it's not considered, in the beginning of the year, we passed a resolution in regards to
Essentially, in regards to
repairs,
but this is
considering-
essentially, this could be a new building. This
Yeah.
is going to be the new building at the Joe's Field. So this is not a repair, it's a whole new structure that's being built.
Yep.
Okay, so you have to do the
The plumbing, the
plumbing,
Right. And do you do the inspections? We were talking about this before, like when they put the HVAC in the middle school. Does the inspector from here do? Oh, they do. Okay. All right. All right. Thanks. Do I shut this off?
No.
No, thank you.
Leave it on. Okay.
Just sit down.
Dress rehearsal for the news. Any other comments? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public portion. At this time, I ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's agenda meeting.
So moved.
We are adjourned. Seeing no reason to delay, we'll go to the public meeting. Again, this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting also being provided to the borough's 2 official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Amy, will you call the roll?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Here.
Councilman Besh?
Here.
Councilman White?
Here.
Council President Roy?
Here. Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, the invocation by Councilman Best. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, I ask that you watch over our residents of this borough and over all of our emergency personnel, that you give this council the wisdom to govern over our borough, and that when life puts one of its obstacles in our path, that you give us the strength to persevere. Amen.
Amen.
I accept.
Thank you. At this point, we'll open it up for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. At this point, can I get a motion for the approval of council minutes, January 22nd, 2019, agenda in public?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Best, seconded by Councilman White. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Roy?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Okay, we have one proclamation for tonight, the 2019 National Wear Red Day for Women. Whereas the disease of the heart are the nation's leading cause of death and stroke, is the 4th leading cause of death. And whereas cardiovascular disease claims the lives of nearly 420,000 American females each year, approximately 1 death per minute, and each year nearly 52% of all deaths due to cardiovascular disease and 60% of stroke deaths occur in females. And whereas too many women die each year because they are unaware that heart disease is their #1 killer, and nearly as many women die of heart disease, stroke, and other cardiovascular diseases than the next 4 leading causes of death combined, including all cancers. And whereas February is designated as American Heart Month, and February 1st marked the 16th anniversary celebration of National Wear Red Day for Women, and whereas Go Red for Women is the American Heart Association's national movement and call to increase awareness about heart disease, the leading cause of death for women, and to inspire women to take charge of their heart health and reduce the risk for heart disease and stroke. Whereas all women should learn their own personal risk for heart disease, including using tools as the American Heart Association's My Life Check, Go Red for Women Heart Checkup, Go Red Better You, and by talking to their healthcare provider. And whereas taking action and making the right choices relating to proper nutrition, physical activity, and other healthy lifestyle choices are essential to living a healthy heart life. And whereas by choosing to improve heart and stroke health, American Heart Association's Go Red for Women asks that American women's Go Red help save lives from heart disease and stroke. Now, therefore, I, Matthew Kanish, Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, in recognition of the importance of the ongoing fight against heart disease and stroke, do hereby proclaim that Friday, February 1st, 2019, is the 16th anniversary of National Wear Red for Women Day in the Borough of South Plainfield, and we urge all to show their support for women and to fight against heart disease and stroke by commemorating this day by wearing the color red. By increasing awareness, speaking up about heart disease and stroke, and empowering women to reduce their risk for cardiovascular disease, we can save thousands of lives each year. At this point, I'll ask for a motion for introduction, or I'm sorry, for adoption rather, ordinance 2124.
On the ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, reappropriating $110,000 proceeds of obligations not needed for their original purpose, and to appropriate an additional $58,000, including $3,000 from the Capital Improvement Fund, as well as a Department of Transportation grant in the amount of $881,500 for a total of $1,049,550 for Hadley Road Phase 2 construction and authorizing the issuance of 55,000 bonds or notes for such purpose.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2124?
So,
Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Council President Wolof. As this is for final adoption, open up for public comments regarding ordinance 2124. Seeing none, close public portion. Council comments on final adoption of 2124? Seeing none, Mrs. Tomidis, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willa?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. For introduction, ordinance 2125.
Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements in and by the Borough of South Plainfield in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, appropriating $629,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $597,000 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2125?
So,
Second, Mayor.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman White. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
And Council President Willa?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for introduction, ordinance 2126.
An ordinance amending Chapter 216, Article 3, Section 267-7 of the Code of the Borough of South Plainfield titled Miscellaneous Fees.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2126?
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Faustini, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willa?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. And also for introduction, ordinance 2127.
An ordinance amending Chapter 187 titled Vehicles and Traffic.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2127?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willa?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. The final adoption for ordinances 2125, 2126, and 2127 will be set for February 19th at approximately 7 p.m. Reminder, February 19th is a Tuesday due to the President's Day holiday. The council meeting will not be on Monday, but will rather be on Tuesday, February 19th. Can I get a motion for resolutions 19-67 to 79?
Motion. Second, Mayor.
Motion by Council President Wolof, seconded by Councilman White. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willa?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. We have two items of correspondence: recycling monthly report November and December 2018, and property maintenance report for January of 2019. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilman Dean, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willa?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. On payment of the bills for $458,542.21. Can I get a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Faustini, seconded by Councilman Dean. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Council President Willa?
Yes.
And that passes 6-0.
Thank you. Mr. Rizzo, anything for us tonight?
Yes, Mayor, just as I had written to all of you, this issue has arisen concerning release of stabilization bonds. The statute was revised in last February, I think it was, we revised our code to comply with the statute. In the revisions to the code, we discussed the performance guarantee to be posted and now the stabilization guarantee that's to be posted. It also provides that the stabilization guarantee can be a separate guarantee than the performance. and then just kind of generally, the code goes on to discuss release. And we've always had a practice here, for as long as I've been here, and I'm sure before, of requiring the developer to appear for the release. And the question has come up, if you have a separate stabilization bond and you want that released before the performance bond is released, and you make the request but not have to come to the meeting to get that release. There's really nothing legally required. I think it's a policy determination for all of you if you want to be consistent and require the appearance for the release of the stabilization as well as the performance, or you can say it's not necessary. So I just wanted to bring that all to you, because I know the question, I think Lance, somebody came to you with that question, right? So-
Yes, we've had a developer, he actually wants to get the performance release done, and because it's the winter, we wouldn't release the slope, that guarantee. So he's asking, will he have to come back again before the board to get, the stabilization bond release?
Any thoughts?
Well, if we allow them not to come and somebody protests it, can they be, can that hurt them in any way?
Well, I think in that situation, the developer runs the risk. If he doesn't show up and someone's here to protest, he's not here to present his side of it, it's still your determination to consider what the person has to say.
Right.
So you could then deny
So that
it.
could still be tabled and moved to the next meeting and then you can
It's
reach out.
possible, the only thing with that is then you're requiring that person who is objecting to come twice. Right.
And they were already here to make their point, but the developer chose not to be.
So you may, but even if you deny it, the developer's some point going to reapply to release it, and then he'll have to show up anyway. So I'd say by not being here, the developer is running the risk, but that's their choice. And they want to know if you'll let them, essentially, will you let them have that kind of risk?
Is this on just a specific project that we're having this?
And it's set a policy for going
Well,
forward.
yeah,
Set a
it's
precedent.
come up
It's
for
come up
obviously
before,
this particular
yeah.
development, but
Okay.
it's a policy that I think you're looking to establish going forward.
What are other municipalities doing? We have any idea?
I've asked, and, it's just, it's a hodgepodge. Some of them require, some of them don't. There's no uniformity.
A developer normally asks for all the bonds to be released at one time because they finished the job and they want to get off it. But some developers are trying to get off one bond before the other. So they're saving a little bit of money on their bonding costs.
I think they would show up.
I agree with
I-
Eric.
Best if they show up.
I don't see why we wouldn't.
Sounds pretty,
Just to be clear, the developer doesn't have to show up, they can have a
Yeah,
representative.
Have a
Yeah, they have the attorney show up.
representative, right.
Somebody for
Right,
representation.
somebody for representation.
Right. All right, we'll be consistent.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
Sounds good.
that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Cullen?
Yes, Mayor, really just, I think I mentioned this at our last meeting, that 21-24 had almost 1.2 million in DO, or had approximately 1.2 million in DOT grant funds. And I know that project already, the design portion is already moving ahead. And with that, we finished the year with an increase in our rateable base of almost $13 million, $12.96 million. So, and with that, Mayor, progress.
Thank you. Mr. Miller?
Nothing tonight, Mayor, progress.
Thank you. Ms. Antonides?
Progress also, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Best?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. At the last meeting, excuse me, I mentioned about the overhead signs for the truck route on Hamilton Boulevard. The target date for installation for the signs is the end of March. Also, I believe that this Thursday night, they are going to award the contract for the design phase of the hybrid beacon for Maple Avenue. Okay, so that'll get awarded, and they'll start the design phase. And Councilman Benjavega had asked about the South Clinton Avenue extension culvert. That's over a year away. Spoke to Mr. Belair and eased his mind a little bit, so when that becomes more, or closer to fruition, I'll let you know. Thank you.
Yeah, Mayor, I'll just mention that the signs that Councilman Vesh mentioned, they've already poured the base. If anyone wants to know what that was going on next to the rescue squad, that was part of the same project. So we've had a few people asking if we could put another monument over there. So that's part of the signage.
Excellent.
And with that progress.
Thank you. Councilwoman Faustino.
Well, at the library, they are doing a program where children come in and they're making Valentines to send to veterans in different nursing homes and hospitals. So there's last call for that this Friday at 3 p.m. If anybody's interested. At the Senior Center tomorrow, there will be a blood pressure screening from 9 to 11. They're having their Valentine's lunch on Valentine's Day, 11:30 to 1. And on the recreation front, sign-ups have begun for spring sports, t-ball, tina ball, softball. That has begun, and we'll go through March. And I did have a preliminary meeting with the architect for the community pool, and they are working on putting together a design and putting together the cost that finalizing it and all the construction specifics. There'll be a follow-up meeting for the recreation committee to meet probably the middle of February. And with that, progress.
Thank you. Councilman Benjamin.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 2125 we introduced tonight, and I wanted to thank the council for their support, as well as Council President Wallach, who chairs the Public Safety Committee. As I was chair for 6 years, Chief LaFerrera had approached us about the need for 2 ambulances, so this would provide him with the tools necessary and the financing to purchase 2 new ambulances for the volunteer rescue squad, because we are one of the few volunteer, no charge, absolutely free volunteer rescue squad. Obviously, we have a daytime service with Robert Wood Johnson, but the nighttime is covered by them, and they do a great job in that. So thank you for the advice and all the input you had on this, and we'll have our final passage at the next meeting, as well as some other acquisitions for some additional public safety vehicles. So thank you all for your support, and Mr. Wallach for bringing this forward. Progress.
Thank you. Councilman Dean.
Yes, Mayor. There was a couple issues, I guess, with the recycling this past week. Most of it was mainly due to the extreme cold temperatures, the hydraulic lines breaking on trucks and stuff like that. Guys calling out of work, or refusing to work, I should say, because of how cold it was and everything. But spoke to Alice a couple times between Thursday evening and Friday evening, and it seemed like everybody was picked up by early Saturday morning, the latest. So with that, progress on that end. And my only question is to All Sports Academy over there on Hamilton Boulevard. I see they're ramping up with their busy time of the year again, but they're parking their cars all over the side streets there and out in the front again. Do we know where we're at with them? I thought they were supposed to be paving or extending the paving of their parking lot and all that stuff.
That overflow lot.
They were sent notification some time ago. The planning board or zoning board resolution had in there that if the town, saw that they needed to expand the parking, they had to come back before the board. So they were notified of that some time ago. I'll check on it. I think they're in the process of changing attorneys at one point, because I was dealing with Clarkin's office, and the last time I spoke to him, he said he doesn't represent them anymore. So I'll follow up on that.
Yeah, just because like yesterday with the warmer temperatures and Saturday, they're dragging mud all over Hamilton Boulevard when they're leaving there, and it looks sloppy.
Yeah, and the other thing is we did talk to the lieutenant the way we did adopt an ordinance banning parking on the one side of the road, so
Yeah.
the side streets, because they were parking on
Yeah,
both sides.
both.
And we couldn't get an emergency vehicle down, and it's just dangerous for them to walk across the street.
Yeah.
It's really not. I'll follow up with them on that. So.
That progress.
Thank you. Councilman Wood.
Yes, progress there.
Thank you. Council President Wallach.
While we're talking about volunteers, I just want to, Resolution 69, we appointed 3 junior volunteer firefighters, and I just want to congratulate them on their appointment. I want to thank them for their volunteerism, because sometimes we forget that the fire department is all volunteers, so I just want to thank them and wish them well. It's Jake Letzi, Chris Lee, and David Pellish. And that progress.
Excellent. Thank you. At this point, we'll open it up for public comments. Anything on your mind?
Suzanne Lee, Port Bullard Place. Just as a reminder, talent show auditions are going to be February 23rd and March 3rd, and the showcase itself will be on March 24th. I hope everyone will be willing to participate this year.
Do we need to actually rehearse?
Well, we'd like to know what you're doing.
Audition? We'll
We'd
give
like to
you
know what you're doing. If you're going to do something,
top secret, so we'd rather just give you.
well, I mean, because I'd like to put it in the program. Even if it's,
Can't say top secret.
Yeah. But we don't have to actually audition.
well, I mean, I think it would be good for you to audition, just so you guys
No.
get an idea of what you're doing.
You could say rules are rules, you
I
know.
mean, we do make everybody else audition, so
No, we need to
it would
audition.
only be fair.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, but those are the auditions are 2 to 5 on the days of the auditions, and the showcase itself will start at 3
On March.
on March 24th.
So
So,
the
but yeah,
audition is the-
even if you don't participate but come to the show, it usually is a great event, and we have a new DJ this year, so we're hoping for a fantastic turnout.
No mic problems, right?
Yeah, no problems. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Just ask a couple questions about
Oh,
tonight.
go ahead.
Are you, I'm gonna, yeah. So left-hand turn signal at your, in and out of McDonald's, that's by the little driveway that they have? You know, there's a lighted sign that says enter. Will they be asked to remove that sign or put different signage up?
They can still, well, I don't know why I guess they could still.
The sign is lighted on both sides, so if you're coming down
We'll
and
have
you
to
see
review
the
that
other
with-
sign, you're going to turn left in there.
Yeah, that's a good point on the other side of the road. Yeah, we'll have to.
I
traffic
drive
safety-
that road every day, and I see people going to the gas station on the opposite side when there's one on each side every single
Yeah.
night. So I don't know if we don't have enough signage over there. I see people turning left out of a quick check a lot of times. Maybe the traffic safety, whoever's doing that, could look at
Well,
that
yeah, I'll
area,
take a look
because it
into
really
They have to
is.
remove the sign, we'll get the sign removed.
One big car or one big left turn can back up traffic there
Absolutely.
horribly, okay? And
It's
we,
dangerous.
yeah, well, I mean, I know there's a sign, and that sign is lit, okay? Also, I had talked to Derek about, you're gonna be taping the council meeting, and according to the story that I heard about, Verizon is going to put it on the air, but it does not say Comcast. Are both Comcast and Verizon?
It'll be something both.
Both, okay.
Nothing's changing with.
Okay, I just wanted, when it was brought to my attention, why Verizon? We don't have Verizon, they said, so I said, no, I would think it would be for both. Okay, that's great, okay. Well, this is for Derek and Mayor. We have Career Day coming up, and I've sent you 2 forms to say, yes, I'm coming,
Oh,
and I have
my-
not received them back yet.
When is
But
it
you
again?
would like diligently,
February 27th?
Oh, yeah.
yes, it is, and a little bio, if you don't mind, they want a bio, you know. And I just want, overhead sign, what overhead sign are we talking about and where? I just missed that part. For the trucks, is that on Hamilton Boulevard?
Yes,
Okay, and that's gonna be at Helen Street?
they're going to, what is going to be a sign?
It's the overhead sign. Is it gonna be a sign across the top of the road?
It's a solar sign, yeah.
Okay, all right, and it'll be on Hamilton Boulevard?
It'll be on Hamilton Boulevard and Lakes,
I think South Clinton.
yeah, South Clinton and coming up St. Nicholas.
It'll be good because many trucks are going into town and then see the tiny little sign
Well, they're
and
not
go
going to miss
halfway
their
down the
sign, I
road.
can tell you that.
Yeah, okay, good, all
They're
right.
not gonna have the excuse of the sign.
And the one over here will tell them to go straight.
Oh, okay, good, good. I think that will help a lot, thank you.
And then there's one on the other side of the bridge, and it'll tell them to go left on the extension.
Okay, that's good, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Ms. Porter? Hold on. I'm sorry. Your name.
Tomorrow is the Mayor's Wellness
blood drive in conjunction with the Student Council at high school. It's from 8, it's to 2:30. That's the last people will be taken at 2:30. So just if anybody is donating, anybody from the public, we already have 65 staff and students. So anybody that's coming from the public, just bring ID, picture ID. Thanks.
Thank you, Debbie. Anyone else? Yes.
Hi, my name is Carrie Kim. There's a safety issue on my street. Basically, the house that's allowing water to flow into the street is causing huge ice issues. It actually gets to the middle of the street, and it's really not safe at all. I actually took a picture of how thick the ice is. It's about like 2 inches thick, and it's impossible for my family to keep on throwing like the melt away product onto the streets, even though like I don't want my postal worker to get injured while trying to leave her truck, or any of the FedEx workers or the UPS workers or any of the elderly who live in my neighborhood. I don't think it's a safe situation. I think there should be like another drain on the street for that particular house to drain into, because the one that it drains into is past my house, and it just doesn't go down even though the drainage is free of dirt. And like, I don't understand why it's causing so much icage overnight.
What street are you on?
Currently,
Yeah, I believe we were discussing the issue. There's a number of areas around town, and actually, if you drive through Edison, Piscataway, it's kind of the same thing. The engineer will tell you it's an unusually high water table this year. But the issue has been going on. So it has to do with some pumps, and I'm sure it's the same issue throughout all the municipalities here. When we look to, there's never an easy fix. But the easier fix is when you're looking to actually repave that road, where we can do some work and make sure that the grading will alleviate the issue. This one, I know Len's going to take a look at some of those areas, some of the troubled areas, especially around, and it seems to be the theme this year is we're not getting snow, but we're getting, just like it's going to happen this week again, we're going to get a lot of rain. And then we're going to get a freeze that's going to follow behind that. So I think the same story is going to be happening, at least for this week as well. Everything's going to melt. It's probably going to go down through the drain. You're probably not going to have that problem, come Wednesday morning. Unfortunately, come Saturday, it's probably going to be there with another rainstorm. So
it's actually constant, because like my family just moved into South Plainfield like 4 years ago, and it's been continuously pooling in front of my driveway. And just to get out of the driveway, my car's fishtailing constantly. So like, it's preventing my family who works to leave the house. And also like, I don't appreciate the fact that someone in the neighborhood is running a business when it's a residential area as well.
So that's two separate issues.
Yeah.
Two separate issues.
Two different issues.
Two completely different issues. And
it's very frustrating.
We can talk about the other issue.
As far as the one with the business running out, I spoke to you a few months ago on Facebook, and I alerted traffic safety and the police department about the cars in the street, because I noticed that they do park right on your curb line where your driveway is, the vans, but every time that they went out there wasn't commercial plates on them, so there's no way to enforce it because they're not illegal. There's no signage on them. They're not considered commercial plates. So that was the one challenge that they had with.
Well, there was 2 vehicles with the commercial plates on them,
Okay.
but I think they changed them to regular ones. I'm not 100% sure, but like I'm at home all the time, and I do visually see like multiple vans, and then they even park in front of my house and in front of their front neighbor's house, which they get agitated because they're doing renovations on their house, and they can't even get any of their vehicles in.
So one of the challenges that the police department said, if you do see a commercial plate out there overnight, and call the non-emergency number and ask for someone to come over I'll talk to traffic safety again about it, but if they're not commercial plates and the regular residential plates, and there's no decals on the vans that indicate that it's, we don't have the ability to enforce a regular car parking in front of your house, whether they have 3, 4, or 5, unless we're going to identify the business and it's written on there, because from when I went by, it was just plain van.
There's 2 white vehicles. One's like a mini bus size vehicle. It actually has a Mavis emblem on the side of the door, and also a work van size vehicle, also with a Mavis logo on it every night.
You say Mavis like the tire place?
No, it's
Maybe this is a transport company, to transport employees.
Okay, well, in that case, if there is something written on the door, let myself or the police department know.
Yeah, have you contacted the police department at all yet?
yes, I did.
Okay.
And they came by. I even called them twice actually, because one time they were actually blocking my driveway, and the other time one of their workers actually parked in my driveway, and I couldn't even. My sister couldn't even leave to go to work because she was blocked into the garage, and she actually went over and started yelling at them to move the car so she can go to work.
Okay.
So.
You have our contact information.
One thing, Chief Parker will probably know more too, is you used to be able to register a vehicle, pay the commercial registration fee, and get passenger plates. It won't say commercial. So I don't know if there's a way if they can look and check.
They could do that, but also the ordinance that was passed last year also states that it doesn't matter whether it's commercial plates or not. If it has a business advertising on it, it's considered a commercial plate, so.
So then if it's saying Mavis, that should do it, right?
It should, yes.
I mean, have you pointed that out to the policeman? when they
Yes, I
found that
showed
it's
him
like-
pictures that I took on my phone.
With the advertisement on the
Yeah,
side of the
everything. And one actually had a commercial plate on it at that time. And they went over and spoke to them. They scurried out and started moving all their vehicles.
Right.
So
Are they working from the house?
that's what I'm guessing, because they have workers come to their house to pick up the vehicles around
Right.
12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I hear the vans coming through. I'm a light sleeper. I hear everything, and it's not appropriate.
Okay, we'll get together with our professionals. We have your contact information, find out what's going on. There's got to be a way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, close the public portion. We have no executive session for tonight. At this point, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's public meeting.
So
Second.
We are adjourned. Have a good evening.